As young witches and wizards, we all dream about soaring through the sky like our favorite heroes. When it comes to Quidditch, we've all wondered, do I have what it takes to be the next Quidditch star? To beat my toughest opponents? To keep my composure when it matters most? To chase my dreams at any price? To seek glory for my team? Because someday, that dream could become a reality.
Hello cutie pies! It's your gal, Lexie Hyper, and I want to welcome you in my next game review. Today we're gonna focus on Harry Potter Quidditch Champions. And yes, this is a historical moment, because we finally got a gaming chair. I don't need to sit anymore on the kitchen chair. Always improving, baby. Always improving. Harry Potter Quidditch Champions is a sport game that was released on 3rd September this year. It is done by Unbroken Studios and released by Warner Bros. I actually found it completely by accident because I wanted to make a video about Harry Potter Quidditch World Cup from 2003 and I found out about this newer title. Quidditch is a sport that I would definitely practice if it was a real thing. It is an important element of Harry Potter world and something that I was going crazy about as a kid. But what is Quidditch exactly? The game is played by two teams with 7 members each. 3 chasers, 2 beaters, 1 keeper and 1 seeker. The object of the game is to score more points than the opposite team. And, of course, the whole game is being played on flying broomsticks. First mention of Quidditch we can find in Gertie Kettle's diary from 11th century. The chasers handle the quaffle and earn points by tossing it through any one of a set of 3 goalposts on the opposing team's side of the field. Each goal is worth 10 points. The keeper guides the goalposts to prevent the opposing team from scoring. The 2 bludgers are highly aggressive balls that fly and try to knock the players off their broomsticks. Each of 2 beaters use a bat to hit the bludgers in an effort to keep them away from their own teammates, as well as to send the bludgers towards the members of the opposing team. The seeker tries to catch a golden snitch before the seeker of the opposing team can. When, and only when the snitch is caught, the game ends, and the seeker who got the snitch earns 150 points for his team. The game starts with the referee releasing 4 balls from the central circle on the field. The record for the longest game, according to Quidditch Through the Ages, was 6 months, although no one caught the snitch. Harry Potter Quidditch World Cup applies the same rules to the PC game as regular Quidditch, but there is a small difference within a snitch chasing. At the top of the screen and attached to both teams' score is a golden snitch meter, signaling both the team's relative momentum and how close the snitch chase is. Teams can build this bar with passes and combos, and when the 2 halves of the snitch meet on the meter, the snitch is spotted and the control switches to the seekers as they race after it. Each seeker also has a boost meter based on how much momentum the team has accumulated during the match. Successively catching a snitch awards in 150 points and ends the game. Furthermore, the scores are locked in during the snitch chase, meaning that no goals are scored during this time. We could say then that this game mostly focuses on chasers and seekers. Now, in Harry Potter Quidditch Champions, this situation looks even more different. Here we can quickly swap between all players, except the seeker position only unlocks when the snitch appears on the field. In this game, learning how to play on each position is crucial to the successful match. Capturing the golden snitch gives us now only 30 points, and it doesn't finish the match. Personally, I think that it was an interesting move, because now the seeker position doesn't overshadow the other players anymore. But this change was very drastic, and I think they could give us at least 50 points for catching the snitch. I'm not going to lie, the start was a bit rough. Somehow I expect myself to be good straight away in any game that I start. Tutorials, however, were pretty easy to follow, they explained each position well, and after a few matches I started to feel way more comfortable. The game suggested for me to use a controller, but I played the previous Quidditch game on the keyboard as well, and I didn't have any problems with it, so I decided to use a keyboard this time as well. And I don't regret it. We can drift, evade, summon bludgers, tackle opponents, and each action is properly explained by the Weasley family at the start of our adventure. The tutorial also teaches us how to build our dream team. I was slightly disappointed with the graphic when I opened the game, but hear me out. It didn't take me much time to change my mind. I have to give the producers a big shout out for the initial settings at the start of the game. There's a list of simple settings that actually, in my opinion, have a bigger impact on the whole game. We have text-to-speech option, we can choose a voice of this option, we can choose the color, size and transparency of the subtitles, and we can also change color vision mode for the people with color vision deficiency. I think that's a very thoughtful and wholesome option that actually more games should apply. Now, I think that the graphic in this game is slightly cartoonish. The characters have cartoonish look, but I think that it fits to this game. Imagine this game with more realistically looking characters and fancy, intense special effects during the match. I honestly think that my eyes would start to hurt after 2 matches, and that I wouldn't spend on this game first time the 3 hours in a row as I did. With a bit simpler graphic, the match is easier to follow, it is more clear what is happening on the field, it still looks impressive and stunning in some moments, but it also reminds us that it's still a game placed in a magical Harry Potter world. During the match, the game shows us our health, a boost meter, the current objective, a score, and movement tips. We can choose a look for each of our team members. Beside general look, we can also choose a suit, a broom, an extra accessories, and an animation that appears when our character wins a match. Each character has its own skill tree that we can improve accordingly to the position they are assigned to. We have a few game modes, including career and multiplayer mode. We also have a market where we can find more accessories, costumes and even characters, and buy them for the items collected in a game. I'll be actually buying Bellatrix's character very soon, most likely. Challenges help us to collect more items, and under the bookmark season, we can see our seasonal progress and cool available collectibles. My adventure with Quidditch Champions just started, but I can already say that I will definitely be coming back to this game, over and over again. It gives me a feeling of healthy competition, adrenaline, a bit, and generally speaking, feeling of a good fun. I'm absolutely crazy for Harry Potter franchise, as is my mom, and I remember that as a child I had a dream that I was flying on the broomstick beside Harry, Hermione and Ron. So it's kind of like my childhood dream came true in a very small percentage, in a way, yeah. Well, it's still not real life, but you know what I mean. It is a very interesting game and I definitely need to give a shot to the online mode to play with my friends because it really seems like a very good fun. I will give it strong 8.5 out of 10. If you didn't try it yet, I highly recommend it, and if you love Harry Potter franchise as I do, I'm sure you won't be disappointed with this game. Thank you guys so much for watching this game review. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe and leave a comment, and see you next time. Bye!